Welcome to Commander Pop Culture, a place to gather magical information with some laughs, might I add. This is a good hand. Got 2 1-drops, some card advantage, protection, and removal, and a ramp piece. It's literally a little bit of everything that you want. See what we're against. Kambal, Ezio, and Korvold. I'm definitely going to be beaten on the Korvold player. I don't care how casual lobby it is. Korvold is very far from being casual.
Grab your torch and pitchforks!
Super strong. Usually when people start with a bog, it's because they don't have very many lands in their hand and they're worried about having a clunky start, or they don't want to deal with any tempo issues, like maybe he has a turn 2 mana rock. I hope next turn I draw a land, because then I'm guaranteed to play my commander in turn 3. And I was right about the Kambal. He had a rock they didn't want to miss out on. I don't feel like Ezio will be a problem against me because I'm such a creature heavy deck. I should be able to block out something with Menace, no problem. They'll probably need some other piece to make it so you can connect with that. Hey, we drew the land, all right. Because your deck sort of depends on your commander being in play, you definitely need the protection piece. Ooh, Blood Chief Ascension, that's a pretty annoying card. It's not turned on yet. He needs at least 3 blood counters on it, or ascension counters, and that happens when someone has lost 2 or more life on their turn. I think it checks every end step. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And at that point, whenever a card goes into our graveyards, we lose life, he gains 2 life. Gets to sit back and hang out. I can't both play my commander and equip the boots, so I guess I'll do other stuff. Hey, well, get into the north, drain ourselves for another 2, get all the damage out of the way. Aveline riches, huh? That's kind of interesting. So far, this Kambal players play a lot of gas. I guess the mill players not doing so hot. Missing lands. Damn. Now I kind of wish I played that differently. There's no way I could have known that he had the lightning greaves in hand, but out of like fear and preparation, maybe I should have withheld on the Swiftfoot boots and saved it for interacting with this just in case of that happening. Well, on the bright side, I don't think he's going to be blocking my 1/1. Anyone had interaction, they would have blown that up, so I'm feeling pretty safe about casting this guy. Well, that player's not going to block. So next turn, if I connect with Aveline, I put 6 counters on her. If I connect with the vampire, I'll put 2 on her. Become 12/12 and a 4/4. They literally double with every passing attack. Gift of Mortality works for him. Stuffs my board out pretty good. I could respond to it. When the gift comes back and shows re-enchanting it, I can just shoot it off and make the thing fizzle. And the middle player goes down. Didn't draw a land, I guess. And honestly, the right player, it's in his interest to deal with this left player. That Blood Chief Ascension, pretty harsh on the Korvold decks because they sack things and things go to the graveyard all the time. But they do draw a card every time they do that, and they could draw something significant. That's pretty good in his deck. So he cracks the Fabled, sack Wooded Elves, and he draws 2 cards. Makes at least 1 treasure, and he could draw a 3rd card if he wanted to. It's going at the left player. Well, the Molder Vine down. Take my punches here. This is that scenario I was talking about. Like, he has a 1/4 that he would be forced to trade down with my 1-drops, and it doesn't feel good. So people simply just don't. Stuff gets bigger, and now he's in a position where he has to block. If you like Voltron, this ain't a bad deck either. Only you go wide at the same time. You'd shoot my Moldervine Reclamation. 1 spell each turn. I guess we're fortunate that the Rule of Law is in play. That kind of really hinders the Korvold player. Blowing up his own land, make it 3/3, but that's his only spell he gets to cast this turn. And since this is an instant, he could have cast it on my turn or the other player's turn. So he kind of just wrecked himself a little bit. Maybe forgot what Rule of Law does. Just surrenders? Wow.
Tied to shame!
In actual paper Magic, he would have an end step, but I've seen the whole thing gets skipped. It's hard to say. If it's fixed, we'll see an end step, and then I'll want to shoot his commander. If not, I'm going to miss out. I'd prefer to shoot his commander now when I have the mana up for it. If I have to do it on my turn, it ties up my mana, and that annoys the crap out of me. Just like that. Oh well. I have a buddy, he submits a lot of like work tickets to Moto, and that's the subject matter he brings up, and now I have it on tape, and I'll piggyback off of him. And the nice thing about Rule of Law is it goes both ways. It affects himself too. Got 1 card with nothing else going on for him over there. This might be in the bag here. My creature aggro deck. Could have Teferi's Protection. Ooh, could have an instant removal spell. All right. That's fair. In that case, he buys himself some time. That's what I get for not doing it on his turn. It's important to me that if I'm going to be making recommendations of cards, that I play them myself. It wouldn't feel ethically right of me to do that. So I do. And it's not because I don't want to. Like, I genuinely believe that my recommendations are great. We're just going to go to combat. I like Sinners for hanging out or hanging in there. Just going to play it out to the very end, as he should. Still drawing cards. I'm not going to present lethal for at least 2 more turns. When I edit my stream and I upload the videos, I do AI to clean up my voice, and it takes a lot of that reverb out, and I sound significantly different. I still sound pretty good because I do invest in my audio equipment. It's as good as it can without any AI assistance. And then on top of like the voicing over kind of stuff and editing, I do a lot of fun stuff. Like I add little overlays in terms of like when I do damage, when something dies, I add a lot of sound effects. I do a lot more in post-production than one would think a one-man army does. A lot of popular YouTubers just pay other people to do that. I am not big enough to afford one of those. Okay, we got the game. I would say I'm still an amateur, but I'm pretty good as an editor nonetheless, because I did a lot of film courses in school. It was good enough there to get an A, but who knows? Teachers give out A's for just showing up, in my opinion. So who knows if my stuff was actually any good.